Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Elevated Beauty Podcast. I'm your host, Emily Fouts, and in today's episode, I'm just getting personal with you guys. I wanted to take a little break off the informative and the educational episodes and just kind of touch base with you all and let you know what's happening. So if you want to hear me chit chat about my life, then just keep on listening. Okay guys, so if you follow me, you know life's been pretty busy recently. I am still currently in Colorado Springs, but as I've already said this many times in other episodes and on my social media accounts, that we are moving to Arizona. So yeah, we've got about a month left here, like exactly a month left here. So that's kind of like, it's kind of exciting, kind of anxiety inducing, but we actually just went under contract yesterday. Today. Yeah, we went under contract this morning for our house, which is really exciting. We're making a really great profit on it, which is crazy. I know, like, when we moved here 3 years ago, it was really hard to get a house, but even more so now. So I'm really thankful. We were active for 2 days. Our house was literally on the market for 2 days before we got this offer and accepted it. So that's what's happening right now. And we're basically going through that process. I've already basically packed up a lot of our stuff. Our movers come early next month, so we'll be without all of our stuff for like a week before we actually leave. That's just like army life. So we got to get a blow-up mattress, and that's how we're going to be living for a week, and that's okay. Like, we've done it before. We're basically pros at moving at this point, but I am really thankful that the military definitely supplies movers, so they're going to be moving all of our stuff for us. That's not something we'll have to worry about. So I'm just really excited to get to Arizona, even though it's going to be harder than hell. Like, my mother-in-law lives there right now, and she was saying that they're already in the triple digits, which is kind of concerning. And I'm used to the heat, but I'm used to a humid heat. You know, here in Colorado Springs, it is a drier heat, but this is the milder version of Arizona, so it's definitely going to be something to learn. And funny story, my realtor, she actually lived there. In the same town that we're going to be moving to. She lived there for a little while, and she was like, oh yeah, it's so funny about this time of year. There's like tarantulas everywhere, and they're just running all across the street and like getting hit by cars and just going crazy all over the place. And I'm like, that is a nightmare. That's not humorous to me. But yeah, so it's definitely going to be a change of pace. And I'm going to share that with you guys I said I was going to do it. I haven't yet. So you guys may or may not know that I created a YouTube channel. I haven't posted any original content to YouTube yet, but I do have a few videos on there. Definitely follow me, Elevated Beauty Aesthetics on YouTube. So I hopefully am going to be vlogging the process of moving. I really want to. I just haven't gotten the motivation to start doing it yet, but definitely once we get road tripping, I'm 100% going to be doing that. So watch out for a road trip vlog, and I'm going to be also recording the process of setting up my new suite. So hopefully that'll be happening in the next couple months. In the city that we're moving to in Sierra Vista, there's not like a lot of rental opportunities. So I'm crossing my fingers and I'm being hopeful that something ideal is going to show up. I've already gotten a place that I'm really interested in, but they are renewing their leases like a month before I get there. So we'll see what happens. Regardless, I'm going to find somewhere. I just don't know how quick it's going to happen, but I'm also going to be recording that process of me like setting up my room, the interior design of it all and everything. So that's going to be really fun to me. So yeah, the YouTube channel is new. That's kind of exciting. I've been wanting to produce that type of content for a little while now because I want to keep my Facebook and my Instagram, like the main socials that people come to like see what the business is about, and book appointments and things like that, really professional. But my YouTube, I think, is going to be a little bit more personal and a little less structured. And then my TikTok as well. My TikTok is, I've shared that on my Instagram many times, so you can definitely go on there and see what my tag is. But it is Emily.Lemily, EMILY.LEMILY. So that is more, it's kind of a crossover between like a business and a personal account, more so a personal account, but I definitely share like aesthetic humor on there, so that's why I say that, but it's definitely a personal account. But you guys, you're welcome to follow my TikTok. I just do videos that I think are funny, or, you know, just whatever the hell I want to do, basically. But thrifting is one of my passions. I've been doing that for a long time. My grandma actually really got me intrigued with all that, because she would collect antiques. She would go antiquing all the time. She would take me to garage sales, and we would just literally shop all the time. That was like our bonding experience together. So I do have a love for antiques and thrifting, you know, getting a good sale. She literally would just buy anything that was a good deal, because she, even if it wasn't for her, she'd be like, oh, so-and-so would need this, so I'm going to get it. I'm definitely not that person. I'm not a hoarder, though I do consider myself a maximalist in terms of like my ideal interior design. My home is a little bit more minimalistic, just because it's easier that way. But my suite is definitely gonna be more of a personification of what I love, and it's gonna be everything in my head just like thrown in there. So my suite is definitely gonna be more of a maximalist aesthetic. So I don't even know why I was talking about that, but yeah, I love thrifting to just find things that are a little bit off the beat path, what you wouldn't find at like Target or, you know, any other modern retail store. I definitely love vintage design, like decor and stuff. My home isn't that style, but I really do appreciate it. And if I find something that can kind of fit, I will get it. And yeah, I just love kind of, it just gives me energy. I just love getting a coffee and going to a thrift shop and just seeing if I can find something. And I also really love doing projects. So if I can find something that's really cheap, but it's like made really well or whatever, I'll like flip it just for fun, you know? So that's what I enjoy. And I have been sharing some of those videos on TikTok. Like come thrifting with me videos, and they've been doing really well actually. So and it's something that I enjoy, so I think my TikTok, I'm gonna continue to make those kinds of videos along with just, you know, random ones if I find a sound that I think is funny or whatever. But yeah, that is what I've been doing recently. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, the new season of Ghost Adventures. If you guys don't know, I'm a huge fan of Ghost Adventures. My husband swears that it's fake. I swear that it's real. I don't care. I've been watching Ghost Adventures since I was like a preteen, and it's just like my comfort show. I hope everybody has a comfort show, but Ghost Adventures is my comfort show because like I could get way into that and a little too personal, but anyways, I love it. The new season is on. It comes on every Thursday, and I look forward to every Thursday so I can like sit on the couch with my snacks and a blanket and ideally some wine, but I don't always drink wine because alcohol causes inflammation and I try to limit it. But anyways, yeah, I've been looking forward to Thursdays because of that. Man, I feel like such a bum that I'm not working, but I am such the opposite of a bum because I've been so busy with my daughter. If you guys don't know, I have a 3-year-old, so just like keeping her occupied and then getting the house ready to sell has been really crazy. And somehow I've been able to kind of keep my social media active throughout that time. Not as much as I used to, because when I was working, I would post twice a day, which now I think is crazy. That's a crazy expectation to put on myself. In the future, I'm not going to be going back to that at all. And I don't know how people sustain that. But yeah, yeah, life's been hectic. Hopefully it'll slow down here soon. Because, we've been so busy with showings. Literally the past 3 days we couldn't even be at home. So we were just like, literally, we would go to 2 parks in one day. We would go out to eat, and it just was exhausting. But thank God we're done with that. I feel so blessed that everything got done quickly. So yeah, we're just chilling right now. Playing the waiting game, honestly. Oh, random thing to mention. A couple weeks ago, like, I was making so many trips to Lowe's. There's a Lowe's, like, right down the road from our house. Thank goodness. Because, like I said, we were getting the house prepared to sell. So I was, like, going to get flowers to stage and just little things here and there to kind of fix up the house. My daughter and I witnessed a hit and run. And it was kind of comical, but also, like, that's not that's bad for the person. But we went and got Chick-fil-A, and we were in the truck. We were eating our lunch in the parking lot of Lowe's. And, we were just chilling in the parking lot for a minute. So I got my daughter out of her car seat and got her up front. She was sitting with me. We were eating, our lunch on the console. And there was a man in front of us, an older man driving a car. And he had turned his wheel first, and then he was going to back up. But instead of the brake, he pushed the gas, and thank God he had his wheel turned already, because if he did not have his wheel turned, he would have hit us. But he hit the truck next to us that did not have anyone in there, and it scared the shit out of us, because it was loud, and it physically moved the vehicle that was next to us. And the old man got out, looked at both of their bumpers, got back in his vehicle, parked in a different spot in the parking spot, went inside, did his shopping, came back to his vehicle, and just left. But me, I took a picture of his license plate, and the man next to me, we had actually spoken before because we had our windows down. It was a nice day, and my daughter has to say hey and bye to everybody, so she said hey to him. And so I waited until he came back out, and I was like, hey, somebody hit your car, and went about their merry way, went about their day. And he's like, oh my gosh, are you serious? And he was a veteran, he was an older man, and I felt so bad for him. But I was like, here, I took a picture of it, and, they have security cameras there too. But so I sent him the picture. I texted him the picture. But I was just like, thank God he did not hit us, because my daughter was in the passenger seat. And that kind of makes me scared to ever, like, let her out of her car seat in a parking lot again, because that was really scary. But yeah, that's something random that happened to us, something exciting, because staying at home now, not a lot of exciting things happen anymore, but I am really loving this moment in time right now, getting to spend more time with my daughter, because when she was in daycare and I was working, I didn't get to spend as much time with her, and a lot of her milestones and just different things that she was learning would happen at daycare. And then our babysitter would text us, and we'd be like, oh my God, that's amazing. But we weren't there to witness it and different things like that. So it's a really special time for me to be able to spend a lot of time with my daughter right now. So even though, like, I miss working and stuff like that, I'm just trying to relish in the moment and take it for what it is. Because, like, I made a reel today. Today's Mother's Day as I'm recording this. But yeah, we wore matching dresses today, and we were on the deck playing, and I hadn't got a picture of us in our matching dresses, so I was like, let me just make a cute video. And I talked about living in the moment, and that is something that I do have to remind myself all the time, even if you're not a mother, if you're not a parent, still living in the moment is such an important reminder. Because myself, I can't speak for anyone, but I know I'm always looking forward to, like, the next thing, the next goal, the next success that I can achieve. And and I'm not realizing like what's happening right now. And I think that can steal a lot of joy and a lot of time from us if we're not able to enjoy the present. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that little piece before I ended today's episode. Besides all that, there's not much else to report about, but yeah, by the time I record another episode, I'm sure we will have already been on the move, so maybe by then I can have some new content to share with you guys, some new exciting news on the progress of Elevated Beauty Aesthetics. So thank you guys so much for listening to the podcast. It means a lot to me, even though I do this for myself and to kind of get ideas out of my head. I also do it for educational purposes. Like I've said before, I wished that there was someone I could listen to when I was starting out as an esthetician and offer me some insight. So I like to help give out correct information and just be relatable with you guys and form a true connection. So I appreciate when I hear that other people are listening to this and that you guys enjoy it. So please let me know on my Instagram, Elevated Beauty Podcast, or interact with my questions on, I think it's just on Spotify. I have some questions that I can add into the episode. So let me know you're listening, connect with me, and as always, thank you guys so much for listening, and I will see you next Monday at 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time for another episode.